Got a little cough there. Hi, Phineas. How are you?
Not too bad, Santa. How are you today?
I got a little cough there. I have
hmm
to admit, the weather has turned precariously. I use that word, try to use that word in a sentence all the time. Precariously in the wrong direction because I think the last time we talked, it was warm.
It was warm last time we talked, but here it is quite cold and chilly. We got some of the white stuff falling from the sky, and
You got,
I could use the fireplace. I could use the fireplace.
oh my gosh, I was cooking hot dogs earlier. It was great.
hmm
So great. Oh my God. Just a minute. I'm going to heat. Oh, yeah. Awesome.
hmm
Okay, now I'm ready. Well, it's great to see you. I'm thrilled to talk to you again and have these wonderful moments. And I understand there was a very eventful week last week for Phineas and Mike,
It
uh,
was,
and the
yeah,
East
it was.
and the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, as many folks know that when things get quiet around the North Pole during the springtime, Santa loans Phineas out to the Easter Bunny to help with logistics. So Phineas got transformed into a rabbit form and spent some time on Saturday morning with some lovely groups of children doing stories and songs, and then helping them on an Easter egg hunt. And it was lots of fun, lots of chaos, and lots of happy, overexcited, over sugared children. So it was a wonderful time.
Mm.
Yep. Yep.
Was
So
there a favorite? Was it just anything sugar? Was it a peep? Was it a peep moment? Was it a chocolate egg moment? What was the moment for the?
we were lucky that one of the bakeries that makes things for Hostess, so like ho-hos and Twinkies and the cupcakes and everything,
Oh my gosh.
they donated several cases of their baked treats to the event. So I got to hand out, as Phineas T. Bunny, I got to hand out boxes of really cool treats and pastries to the children and their mums and dads. And just amazing. The entire building was awash in carbohydrates all morning long. So
Did you have some coffee to wash it down? I know you don't partake in the sweets because, yeah, you don't love the sweet, but did you have, I know there's probably some coffee. Does it kind of rounds it out a little bit? Yeah.
I usually had a coffee before, and then afterwards, after handing out all the sweets and everything, I just really needed just like a nice cup of tea because it was beginning to get cold. So, and as I said, everything was awash in that overly sweet, the air is filled with cupcakes and cakes and Twinkies kind of
Mm.
smells. Like it was a lot, but the children enjoyed it, and I'm quite sure the parents that were there with their and the guardians that were there with their little ones enjoyed being able to take some treats home for everybody in the house. So it was good.
Can I give a look? Can I tell you my two top favorite Hostess treats?
By all means.
Not a very common one. They were called snowballs. I didn't know if you have them up where you are, but they're coconut, like a marshmallow coconut over half of a globe,
hmm
and we peel it off like a skin. And we're like, "Oh my God, I have," hold it up like it's skin. But that was a thing when I was little. And my other favorite one, it's a toss-up between Ho-Hos or the cherry pie.
hmm
So, we used to live near one of those places, the markdown places where you get, like, the baked goods at a discount, and so I tell you what, it was quite delicious. Anyway, do you have a favorite Hostess Ho Ho treat? If you when you do an
Um, we've got a Canadian company that is similar to Hostess. They're called Vachon, and they do a flaky treat, which is basically flaky puff pastry, and it's stuffed with whipped cream and a fruit flavored filling. I can't even say a fruit filling; it's fruit flavored.
Yeah.
Because it's red and it's fruity, but it's not berry, cherry, raspberry, or anything like that. It's
Yes. Yeah.
fruit flavored. So yeah.
Yeah,
But it
it
was nice because it was always sort of tart and sweet and flaky at the same time, so
that sounds awesome.
mhm.
You're so lucky. Well, it sounds wonderful. Well, that brings us to our subject today. And, a lot of people that I see on the chats on the Facebook and the social media talk about, um, what do I charge?
Mhm.
What do I do? Like, no, Phineas, there's nobody like you. You are an original. I know. That
And I think
scares
the
me.
world is better for that, yes. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people that look like Santa Claus, either through really wonderful, uh, fake, beards or, glue on or different things, but the you can look like Santa Claus, so there's thousands of us to stick out, so I think the obviously is, we can talk about the business of belief, and this can be over a couple episodes too,
Mhm.
so but, you know, I'm gonna talk about marketing because I think you, on top of everybody that I've known, do a great job of marketing on social media and sharing your gifts from playing your instruments and showing your heart and your soul in your music. Um, how does how does Phineas do marketing?
Especially through social media, the key is to engage. You need to, post regularly, and it needs to be stuff that is meaningful. So, as you said, um, either Phineas or Mike likes to record a song every now and again, and it doesn't have to be anything major.
Mhm.
During the pandemic times, Mike decided to teach himself a song a day when down, and if he really liked learn the song and how it sounded and could get a good performance of it going, he would record a video of it and post it. And over the years of the pandemic and the various lockdowns and everything, there were over 1,500 songs that he learned to be released. And so it was a lot. He's definitely slowed down since, but it was something in a way to create a connection that would not get in the way of the people who needed to engage online to earn their keep. Because Mike is able to work outside of being a musician and outside of performing as Phineas. Mike has a day job, so he didn't want to get in the way of the musicians and the other performers who needed to do the live streams to earn a living, keep a roof over their head during the lockdowns and everything like that. And but at the same time, he was able to keep on meaningful connection, meaningful providing content and a little levity and entertainment while keeping his name and face out there. And so that's how we did it, was just, chipping away at the stone. Maybe there was a time when there wasn't a video to be recorded, but at the same time there was a photograph or some commentary about what's going on and how it's affecting. So yeah.
We talk a lot about lift. Our at
Hmm.
our show, we talk about laugh and lift, and so very similar to you, I on Santa Vibes 100 on Instagram will post videos but just conversation, but it's meant to be people love things in a bite. Like you mentioned that delicious bite of the flaky and the tart
Hmm.
and the savory. It's like a bite. So it's a really good, it gets you. You're not going to have like a whole, I'm going to sit down and have a pound of it, right? You're
Hmm.
just going to have a couple bites and you're good. Oh, so I think about when I go on social media is doing little bites. And just like you said, being present. And it's not just during the holidays, which we
Hmm.
do, but we share throughout the year. Um, if you're thinking about wanting to market yourself for videos, um, you probably have a family or a friend that has children. So think about recording a Zoom call where you're Santa or an elf, because this is everybody. This is everybody. This is this. We have space for everybody in the Christmas community on Fireside Chat with Santa and Phineas, from Mrs. Goose, Mother Goose, Kitty Goose, everybody. We all make people happy, and we share our dreams and make people smile. And I think too, showing your customer what they're going to get. Right? Phineas is fun, is silly. I know. I should throw words at you. Silly. And then you're like, do the face. Oh, serious. Oh, but there's a lot of things that Phineas is, and how you impart that is by creating content that you can share what your customer is going to get. Because ultimately, you're marketing yourself so that people go, I want to hire him. I'm going to have him do this, right? So when it came down to the pandemic, I did videos of what you would get if you asked me to record a video for your friend or family. So that's been really helpful. So think about giving the audience something to digest. Uh, when Phineas and I had a conversation about creating this podcast, we didn't want it to be an hour, hour and a half. We wanted it to be short, something you could get something from. Maybe you've had, you know, 20 minutes and you're like, okay, I'm enough. But we try to keep things changing, but a lot of it is just meant to be in smaller bites. So it's easy to digest, and think about how your audience is going to look at it and go, hmm, hmm, hmm. Um, that's a good one. What do we call that one? Offensive. Hmm. Yeah. Mm. Should I paint the bathroom red? Yes. It's always that deep thought. So marketing is very important for any performer, where people are going to go out and hire you. They have to find you. So, share what you do. It's just a conversation. A lot of the performers that I've met have really gotten into social media. I have a love hate thing with social media. I love it. Sometimes it can be a little bananas right now, but um, do you find that people, when you kind of play your music as Mike, do you find people will share their opinions with you about your performance, or is there people that just kind of accept it, or do you get feedback from your performances?
Yeah, if you want to get feedback about anything, you put it out on the internet, and everybody's got an opinion. You learn to develop a very thick skin,
Yeah,
and at the same time, you also learn to um, filter out the people who are just going to say you're great, you're amazing, and awesome, and everything like that. And you learn to accept it, but also accept it with a grain of salt, because you begin seeing patterns and stuff like that. Just as you see the people are like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that song. That's da, 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 da." You get all of that, um,
yeah,
but because if you're doing it regularly, you're going to develop a following. You're going to develop um, a circle of people who will get your stuff.
yeah,
And the more you engage, the more engagement you'll get, and for better or for worse. And you just have to learn how to filter out the meaning from uh, all of everything you get.
yeah. You eventually build an audience. That's a great way of putting it too. I started a long time ago, before social media. I kind of am happy, but I did. I'm happy that I didn't have social media back then, because I think it becomes its own thing, right? So I think about, um, if you're interested in connecting with photographers, there's a wonderful community on Facebook and Instagram for holiday photographers. That's how I've that, and it is about just putting yourself out there so people can find you, and so you're in their mind when they have to come up and say, someone says, oh gosh, I really need a Santa and an elf, and then they're going to go, well, I saw this podcast, I know somebody, and then the like clicks, and people will reach out to you. So you know just use social media, do it in small bites. Don't have to like read War and Peace or um, obviously with copyrighted material that are not public domain. You shouldn't be reading books that are owned by have a copyright the publisher, but you can be silly and, obviously, quote a couple lines from a book, or but reading a book on social media probably isn't the best way, because it's asking your audience a lot, because you're asking them to go in and take this journey with you. If it's a paid promotion, then obviously, yes, people are there, they know what they're getting. Um, let's
You
see.
also need to keep it bite-sized and keep it to enough time to catch their attention, give them enough to see who you are and show what you can do, but at the same time, you're not overstaying. You want them wanting more, and you don't want them, "Oh, it's that guy again. Oh, it's that grumpy elf. Oh," you don't want that. But
My goodness.
so keep things short and sweet, show who you are, get in, get out, and ask them, "Who was that masked man?" But at the same time, the Santa that I work with, Santa David and I, we do, because Phineas gets loaned out to the Easter Bunny, we do an Easter hit from the North Pole
Yeah.
where Phineas and Santa discuss the work that Phineas is doing with the bunny, as well as give a North Pole update. And again, it's not long, it's anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes long, but it's enough to show that we're still there to engage, that we're still available, and it also allows us to get in our first little post that, "Hey, look, if you want us to visit at Christmas time, you should probably start thinking about contacting us now." And that is the first step in marketing. We do another one during Christmas in July or summer Christmas as well. Usually Santa is in a Hawaiian shirt and he's either off someplace beautiful with Mrs. Claus or he's out fishing, and Phineas is usually by the poolside. And
Oh,
again, we talk about what's happening at the North Pole during the summer months. And then once again, at the end of it, we're like, "Hey, it's getting closer to Christmas. There's 6 months to go. Have you thought about what you want to do for your holiday party? Do you want to have us attend?" And you just got to be ready for that. And
so smart. Hope everybody who's listening, please start early. I know that though Phineas and I both, we have been doing this for a long time. We get a lot of repeat business, and I've been working with the same clients for numbers of years, many, many, many years. And I always ask for same time next year before I leave, and they go, yes. So in some cases, I'm booking a year to 2 years in advance. So, and it's not that I'm like the best. My clients know that I am professional, I'm memorable, and I'll make sure that their customers have an amazing experience with myself, and representing their brand, because I do a lot of retail, as you do, Phineas, or businesses, local businesses, and you're representing that business. So you have to think about, this is I'm a hired person to come and represent this business, and I have to make sure that I act in a professional capacity, and that kind of goes with smelling great,
mhm,
a little breath mint after you have some cheese. We talked
being
about here last weekend.
making sure your suit is clean and fresh and smelling good, and there's no candy cane bits in your fur trim, or
Oh, was there
making
one?
sure that
Oh,
you're
I had one
yeah.
earlier. I think I got it all, but yeah, totally no candy canes.
Mhm. But following up on what Santa said, like when we're leaving, we often get the same time last next year, and yes, yes.
Yes.
But at the same time, if we don't get that, because we try to get the mailing addresses of all of our clients, we send thank you cards.
Yeah.
And we send the thank you cards usually late January, early February, just to thank them for their business. And again, we usually slip a business card, maybe a sticker or something in there, and then a reminder: "Hey, book early and get the dates you want." But at the
Those are
same
awesome.
time, but at the same time, we hand sign the business cards. If it's a client that we particularly had a memorable visit with, we will write something about the visit, just to make it really personal. And again, just close the loop and let them know that you valued their patronage, value them as a client, and you'd like to work with them again. And so um, it's also a wonderful way to keep the magic alive throughout the year.
A meaningful, timely connection. You think
Hmm.
about just those things of it's meaningful, it's timely, and you're asking, I'd love to work with you again. And it's the truth.
Hmm.
You want to work with great people. I know we both have had events where you really didn't care if they didn't call you again because it was a little crazy.
Yeah.
But I've given the feedback in situations where, you know, hey, maybe I needed a break and we didn't. I needed water, and I just want to make sure next time when we work together, I want to make sure I have those things in place so that we are ready to go and make sure that we have magical moments. So yes, that gift that I think I don't do the cards. I gotta do that because I do a check-in 6 months. At
Hmm.
6 months, my regulars that I work with, I will check in because people say, "Oh yes, a year," and then things change. But I always say, "Hey, I've got you down for X," and they're like, "Oh yes, and can you add one more? We're going to do 4 hours instead of three." So that's a whole different thing. So we're gonna probably talk more about this on our next episode with pricing because sometimes people feel like they have to undersell themselves
Hmm.
to say I am only worth this when not to say that you're charging thousands of dollars, but you've got to be fair for the event. We'll talk about some of the considerations that we take into place when we price ourselves for an event as well. So do you have any final thoughts before we move on to our laugh and lift or just our laugh?
Well, I just think that once again that everything that you do is about building relationships and also upholding the magic throughout the year. And if you check in with your clients, particularly the ones that you really enjoy working with, it's letting them know that hey, I'm thinking of you. Let's provide some Christmas magic during this time of year, and getting a thank you card
Yeah.
um, or even, like a candy cane gram or something like that in July or something like that,
Oh,
just to go,
nice.
"Hey, think of you." It's a good way of, just keeping the magic alive for them and reminding them that Santa loves them. So
Yeah. I years ago when I was very young, I used to do Christmas cards in July, and people always would talk about back when you sent Christmas cards when there was
mhm.
the mail before social media. But you said people would say they go to their first barbecue and say, "I got my first Christmas card," and it was such a nice thing because I got known for that, so it was kind of fun. I'm gonna totally do that. I love it. I have wonderful, wonderful clients, and so I'm really, really, really fortunate, and very, very happy, to have these great relationships. But this was great. So, if you have a question, curiosity, you can email us at santaandphineas@gmail.com. We also have the socials. I know, Fireside with Santa and Phineas on Gmail or, on Instagram and Facebook. You can send a message there as well. Uh, Before we go to our silly parts, make sure you like and subscribe to this video if you want to see us do some crazy stuff like this. I don't, yeah. Oh, I know, I know. Well, I saw this dance and I can't do it quite well, but it's like a. Oh, wait a minute, that's an exercise. Oh, I was watching the wrong channel.
Good thing you're
I
DJing
know.
again.
You thought you were
Good
gonna
thing
do
you're
it.
DJing this weekend, Santa.
I know. Yeah, I used to do that oh my gosh, that's a whole other story. I've had 10 lifetimes. I used to be a DJ, but years ago, back when the records were, I know, so
Go
much fun.
Santa, go Santa.
I didn't have a white beard back then, but you can comment, and the streaming is pretty good. So I hope you all enjoy us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So we love it, love it, love it. Okay, you ready for some jokes, sir?
I do believe so. Are you ready for some jokes?
Yeah. You
good.
want to? Do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. What do grapes sing at Christmas time?
I don't know.
'Tis the season to be jelly.
Oh, your joke writer's doing a good job. Um, why did Phineas stare at the orange juice carton? Sorry. Why did you
At
stare
the
at the orange? Mm,
I don't know. Why did I stare at the orange juice carton?
because it said concentrate.
Ooh.
I know it's good, right? It's good.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no.
good. It's good.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you go.
What do you call the most obnoxious reindeer?
Ooh, I don't know.
Rude. Ulf.
Oh my gosh. Rudolph is so rude. Oh.
Mm.
um, what do I say when I'm working out? No pain, no slay.
Okay.
What? No? Wasn't a winner? I thought it would be a winner. Oh
Mhm.
my God. Go for it.
What does the gingerbread man put on his bed?
I don't know. These are good
Cookie
ones.
sheets. Cookie sheets.
These are good for all ages. How about this one? What do snowmen eat for breakfast?
Hmm. Couldn't tell you.
Frosted Flakes.
Ooh,
That was a good one. I know.
that is
I
a good
I
one.
I I had a feeling it was a good so, okay, your
Mhm.
turn.
Okay, I've got one last one. Who is never hungry at Christmas?
Santa, because I eat all the cookies.
Not quite. Close though. The turkey, because they're always stuffed.
Gosh. Do we like that one? Yeah, we like that one.
It's okay.
We like it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see. I had a bunch that someone sent me. You might have told this one earlier, but I think I mean, Santa has short-term memory loss sometimes because, I'm busy and I'm thousands of years old. Why did the elf put his bed next to the fireplace? Did you tell me this one already?
No, I haven't.
Because he wanted to sleep like a log.
Okay.
There's this log in the fire. Look, see, there's a log in the fire pit.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, well, wonderful. This has been fantastic to see you. Um, we've talked about all of our socials and ways to communicate with us.
Yes.
Uh, I would love for you to end, and if you could tell our audience about the really cool, if it's okay, experience you had at the Junos. If you could just share a couple minutes what happened, I think that would be magical.
Okay, so Canada has their own version of the Grammys called the Juno Awards, and they are very similar to the Grammy Awards. They celebrate the Canadian musician and music industry, and it was held in Mike's hometown, and Mike was invited to join in with a songwriters circle, and he got a chance to play a couple of his songs and talk about how he writes his music and how he writes his songs with other songwriters. So it was kind of a great honor and a privilege to be recognized in his own hometown, to be recognized as a songwriter uh, amongst other award-winning songwriters. So he was very humbled and appreciative of the opportunity. So
And I heard a little story that you made. There was not some there was a lot of moist eyes in the theater.
yes,
One of your saying,
yes. Mike sang one of his songs called "Table for One," and it's available on Apple, or it's available on Apple Music and all of the places where you can download it, or at Bandcamp for Mike Hutchings. There's a song called Table for One, and it's a song about loss and recovering from the loss of a loved one. And it made some people cry when he sang it on Saturday night. So,
mm, wonderful. Well, please tell Mike we are so happy for them and thrilled that people got to see the magic. So if you haven't already followed Mike Hutchins, please do on Instagram. You'll be better for it. Well, we're gonna let this will be the end of our podcast for today, number 11. Oh my gosh, we're just I can't believe
Fun!
it. I know 11. It's a legendary.
Mhm.
No, no. A legendary. Yeah,
A legendary. Yep.
yeah, yeah. When I think I saw it somewhere else. But anyway, we'll see you guys next week. We'll talk more about the business and maybe some questions, and a guest or two. Who knows? But we'll see you
Yeah.
soon. Okay. Have a wonderful week, Phineas. It's good to see you.
Have a good week, Santa, and have a good week, everybody, and wishing everybody a happy Easter.
Oh, happy Easter. Bye.